right, Chef Daddy is back again. What we're gonna do today is I'm gonna teach you how to make an isolation wonton noodle soup, okay? We're gonna use rice noodles, super easy to cook. We're gonna buy the wontons. The wonton wrappers already made from the boys at Marcus in Noosa. And then we're gonna make a pork mince. We're gonna make an isolation miso broth, super easy. And then I'm gonna teach you how to make 2 condiments, a Chinese chili sauce and a ginger scallion oil. And the Chinese chili sauce is gonna be hot and spicy, just like my wife. Broth, isolation broth. You don't need much. We got no bones, it's totally vegetarian. So we're just doing, I got 2 liters of water in here. I got the green onion scraps I threw in there earlier. And then I got miso paste. You can use whatever miso paste you have at the store. I make my own. No, I don't want to brag, but it's a 1.5 year chickpea miso that I've had in my cupboard for ages. So I'm finally starting to use it now. So I'm going to chuck that in there. So that's 2 liters of water to about 150 grams of miso. And then I got a few slices of ginger in there, okay? You can put garlic in there. You can put some other onion scraps if you got that. You can put carrots in, whatever the hell you want. We're just trying to use up stuff that we have in the fridge so we're not wasting anything, okay? So now I'm gonna crank this temperature and we're gonna get that broth going and make it super flavorful. And if you want a bit of soy flavor to it, you can add a bit of soy sauce if you want. If you want some chili, you add some chili powder to it or some chili oil, whatever you want. So this broth is basically a jazzed up miso soup. All right, wonton time from a white guy, okay? Get some good quality pork mince, all right? I went to Belmondo's today. Sorry about that, Tony. But you can go see Tony in Noosa. Just go to your local butcher shop. Support local. Don't get this stuff at Kohl's because it's terrible. It'll taste like shit. It won't taste like anything, okay? So here we go. I got 500 grams of pork mince, all right? And then I've just been slicing my green onions still, again. So I got about 2 green onions worth. And you wanna slice it nice and thin again. And that is gonna add tons of flavor to your pork mince, all right? And remember what I said, you never throw away the end bits. You can either use them again or chuck them in your stock. We're gonna chuck them in the stock. There's my dog. So he's cooking at home, guys. Got the dog barking, you know? Cat's meowing, baby's crying. Quiet. All right, dogs are outside now. So now it's like, there's about a half nubbin of ginger, okay? You got your shitty microplane here. And you just give her a little bit, you know? You go for it. Okay, there you go. And I'm gonna give that a bit more of a chop so you don't get chunks in there, okay? Boom, there we go. In there. Just like that. So we got green onions, ginger in there. And now we can add a little bit of soy, okay? So you don't want too much. Just go like probably about half a tablespoon. And that's just gonna lightly season the meat. You don't add any salt to this. And then about a tablespoon of sesame oil, okay? And then I have some black sesame. I like to put that in there. That's optional though, you don't have to. All right, so put, you know, a bunch of shakes in there. And that's it. So now we're gonna give this a good mix. Get right in there. Don't be shy. Get it mixed up real well. And then I will show you how to make the wonton, white guy style, okay? All right, so wonton time. When you're at home, the easiest way is to go buy a pack of wonton wrappers, okay? Go see the boys at Marcus. They got all your condiment, dry goods, frozen goods, wonton wrappers, pasta, canned tomatoes, everything you need at a really good price, even cleaning supplies, everything they have there. It's unbelievable. And they're awesome guys, great customer service. So go down there and get these bad boys. You're not gonna use them all for your wontons. You can make little raviolis out of them. You can do gyoza out of them. Normally gyoza is done with a round shape. This is a square, but they're very versatile, okay? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna open this little bastard here. Okay? So these ones are actually pretty good quality, you know? And they're always really easy to peel apart. Like, look at that. They come frozen. Look at that, it's so easy. Unbelievable. So you can buy a pack, have them in your freezer, and then when you got a craving for wontons or gyoza or ravioli or whatever the hell you want, it's like, boom, there you go. That's what you got. Okay, so I'll show you one style. And this is called the nurse's hat. Okay? All right. So I've been rolling these with my wife. I have learned that it may be a bit more difficult for some people to roll them. So I'll go through a proper tutorial with everyone, okay? So what we're gonna do is you have it laid here like a square, okay, in front of you. You don't need to keep it in one hand, you know, you don't need to be a hero. You're gonna put a little bit of pork mince in there, all right? Then we got water around from edge to edge. Just like that, just on that half, the front half from you. Then you can take this, peel it, and then put it over top, okay? And then take your two fingers and go around the meat and make sure there's no air bubbles. And then you pat it out to the edges and the water is gonna make it stick like that, okay? Then, you know, a little bit of water to each side, and you're gonna take it flat like this, okay? And you're gonna put your middle finger there, and you're not gonna fold it over, you're gonna fold it around this way, and have it like that. And then you'll come out with like a little hat. All right? So these are mine, and these are my wife's. Right, wontons are all done now. We've got about 35 here for 500 grams worth of minced pork, okay? So if there's just two of you, there's way too much for Danielle and I. But what you can do is you can just get 200 grams of minced pork or do less. Or keep that mince for something else. Or you can do all these and then we're gonna freeze them and then save them for later, for another time. Normally with it you want some glass noodles. You know, a bit of a pandemic going on here. So we don't have glass noodles. I just got these Thai style rice noodles that we're gonna use. And all we're gonna do, get some boiling hot water. We're gonna pour that over. And we're gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes, all right? And these are gonna soften up really, really nice. And we're gonna use that as the noodle for a wonton soup, okay? All right, so we got our broth now. I'm gonna strain it in here. Now we got a nice smooth broth with no chunks in there, okay? There we go. So now we got a broth and we can cook the wontons in there. Now, if you just want wontons and just use the dipping sauce, come over here. You can actually steam these in a bamboo steamer. I got this from an op shop years ago for like 50 cents, I think, all right? And you can just put that on a wok and then put a little bit of water in there and you can steam your dumplings or whatever you have and you can do any shape you want. And then you can use your chili sauce, your ginger scallion sauce, put a bit of sesame in there, whatever you want, okay? So, now for garnish, we got the green onions. I sliced up some more, a lot of green onions in all this. And then I got a little bit of cabbage, which is totally optional, but I just like it as a bit of filler in there. So I'm just gonna thinly slice that. And I'm just gonna put that at the bottom of the bowl with the noodles. So you see, it's been 10 minutes. Now the rice noodles are all done here. So they're perfectly cooked. All right? So I'm just gonna bring that over here. I'm gonna strain this, okay? So I've got that strained. If you're ninja, you can use some chopsticks. If you're a white boy like Angus from Noosa, you can use a fork or some tongs, okay? There we go. And the rest are for me. I'm gonna even that out a little bit so my wife gets the same amount. A little messier. Okay. So we got our noodles in there. We're gonna bring it over here. Now I'm gonna put the cabbage in. And then a little bit of soy, just to season it. Okay, now come over here. Got the broth boiling. I'm gonna bring my dumplings over. Wontons, whatever you want to call them. And then Danielle told me she wanted 5. I'm gonna have 8, okay?
I didn't say 5.
What'd you say? How many do you want?
I didn't say.
How many would you like?
I'd like 6.
6. Okay, she's gonna have 6, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the wife. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the man. So now we're gonna cook this for a few minutes on like a boil. So the way you'll be able to tell if it's cooked is the noodle dough will be all the same color. There won't be any difference in colors. And the pork mince will be very firm, okay? So that means it's totally cooked and everything's floating. You're done, okay? So we're gonna bring it over here. I've got a slotted spoon here. So I'm gonna count out the noodles. So I wanna make sure I get my 8. I gotta get my 8. Here we go. Danielle's got 6. I'm gonna get 8. Oh, I'm hungry. I can't wait. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm gonna dump the rest of the broth over. Just like that. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Okay. Now to garnish. You already got your cabbage. It's gonna be super simple. Go a little bit of green onion around. A lot of green onion in this dish. Try to get those black sesame seeds again. Okay, a little bit of sesame oil. And then I got the ginger scallion sauce. I'm just gonna put that, a little dollop right there, and then you can mix it in yourself, okay? I'm just gonna add heaps extra flavor. Heaps. All right, and then if you like it spicy, add some of the awesome chili oil that you made, okay? Just around like that. Okay, and then if you want more, guess what? Add more, all right? And there you go. There is your isolation wonton noodle soup, okay? Enjoy, everyone.